State Senator Ralph Okerlund. For the past several years, I've worked with Representative Derrin Owens in the House. We have collaborated on a number of bills, some that he started, some that I started, and we worked together on. It's been my pleasure to be able to work with him. He does a great job. I wish him the very best in his efforts for election.
Greetings, delegates. Thank you for your service to our state. I'm Representative Derrin Owens. I have served in the Utah State House of Representatives for the past 5 sessions. In our brief time, I would like to address 3 points with you, and at the end, I ask for your vote to serve as Senator for District 24. Before casting your vote, consider these questions. 1, should the state government be used as a club to dictate ordinances and policies of the counties? 2, is there a need for state tax reform? And 3, does an elected official sit in office to represent the state, or is your representative? First, I don't believe that a senator should wield a club and dictate what or how a county addresses local issues. Few things strike a nerve with rural Utahns more than federal mandates and overreach. I believe the counties should be able to call upon the state for support, not to dictate an outcome. A knife will always cut 2 ways. If Garfield County has a controversial issue, the last thing they need is the state to mandate what is best for them. Sevier County doesn't need the state to settle a county issue. So let's keep the state in its lanes when dealing with county issues. And as your senator, I commit to working with you, not over your local elected officials. The second issue is tax reform. I believe there is a need for tax reform due to budget imbalances. However, this cannot be used as a state money grab, especially under the current pandemic challenges. I believe there is a need to fix a very high taxing state and reduce the burden on the people of Utah. My third point is this: who do your elected officials represent? We sit and listen every day on Capitol Hill to departments and sub-departments and endowments for this and that. And as an elected official, you expect me to protect your tax dollars and shrink the size of government. My goal is to reduce the regulation, reach, and size of government in our lives at every level. My job is to know if they are appropriately funded or if we are just feeding a bloated government entity. To be honest, I like and respect Mike Steiler. He's a friend and devoted citizen. But while he was served as Director of Natural Resources, his budget grew from $131 million to over $265 million in 2019. That's a 101% increase in 14 years. We can't sustain and don't need more out-of-control government growth. To accomplish good things for rural Utah, we need to work with 38 people in the House and 17 in the Senate. An attitude of my way or the highway is a wasted vote. As a society, we need conservative level of government to have bridges, roads, police force, and other necessary social services. My legislative record shows that I can and have worked with others while not compromising our commitment to principles that are near and dear to rural Utah. From the voice of a rural grandmother, I passed a law putting Utah on the map as the second state in the nation to have a felony child abuse registry. With the State Board of Regents and all college universities, presidents, and technical presidents, I passed the Utah Promise Scholarship Bill. This was drafted to reel in an $18 million runaway cash scholarship that was primarily going to 2 districts, Davis and Alpine. The Promise Scholarship reduced and to help with tuition and fees only, rather than a $6,000 cash award. It put rural and low-income students and families on an equal playing field. Last session, I passed the Citizen Feedback Bill. This requires government agencies to solicit Utah citizen feedback on the performance of the government. This makes government agencies accountable to the public. I also passed a wildfire preparedness bill to help support our volunteer fire departments. House Bill 389, the Rural Emergency Medical Service Bill, which I worked with rural county commissioners to pass last session. This bill puts EMS career jobs in rural Utah, not downtown Salt Lake City. Our state is in a better place with this monumental win we earned for rural Utah. I'm a proud father of 5 children. 2 are military sons, and we 100% support the Second Amendment. I will always vote to protect the unborn. Finally, I want to take a bit of this precious time to thank Senator Ralph Okerlund for his very successful service as our senator. A sincere thank you, Senator Okerlund and your family. I am Derrin Owens, currently serving in the Utah House of Representatives, asking for your vote to be elected to the Utah State Senate. In the ranked voting format during this convention, you get to vote in favor of all 3 candidates. Please vote Derrin Owens as your first choice, and thank you for your service to our blessed state.